Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Oh, that's a lot of people that just came in all at once. Cool. Oh, that's a lot of people that just came in all at once. All right, so one thing that's kind of weird. All right, so thank you, fan Mata. I can't pronounce your name, but I'm glad you enjoy my videos. Um, yeah, so this is just going to be kind of an impromptu stream because I don't really do promptu streams. And we're just going to answer some questions. We're going to play whatever. And anybody have a suggestion to play a specific game? Fan am Atakesik. Fanamatakesik. Alright. I mean, I'll give you points for originality. I do like oranges, yep. Oh, man. Titanfall. I'm very tempted to just throw up just like a Hearthstone or something, just because it's really not very taxing on my computer. My internet's in a little bit of a perilous position right now, and it really doesn't take a lot of activity from me, and I can answer questions mostly instead of being forced to really be paying attention to any one game. So let's see if we can get that working. Also, last time I tried to stream, I just could not get a game to work. It was absolutely unbelievably bad. But hopefully we can get it to work. What do I expect from Titanfall 2? Oh, are you serious? Okay, that looks like we're going to get in. What do I expect from Titanfall 2? I expect the game... I think they realized how weak they are in terms of... Hold on, let me turn the volume down real quick. It's got some nice little... Okay. Anyway, I think they've realized that they need content, and they need a lot of it at a time. They can't just trickle it out anymore. So I think probably their next update's going to be pretty big. Hopefully with 3 or 4 maps. What editing software do I use? The bare minimum. The editing software that you are embarrassed to admit that you're using. Resident Evil 4? I don't think I have that one on my PC. I got it on my, just checking my, the lag on the game's like a little bit laggy, but even with Hearthstone, I don't think it's too big a deal. Just because the game just requires absolutely no... Dang, I don't know if I can do this. Why does my game every time I try and freaking stream a game now, it's just like, nah, I'm gonna shit all over you. Why don't I have more subscribers? I don't know. I guess I just need to put a little bit more time into it. Wow, this is... man. Kyle Hunter. I think clamber fits Halo perfectly, but it's situated along with all the other movement makes it trash. How would you feel about clamber staying, but everything else removed? Personally, I think clamber is actually one of the most damaging mechanics to Halo because it absolutely trivializes map movement and just verticality in general. There is no timing or you can basically just turn an off switch on navigation because you have this ability that's so forgiving even if you mess up. Like, unless you're just like completely off, you're going to be able to clamber up to something. So I actually think clamber is one of the worst abilities personally. Oh man, the lag's real. I actually think maybe it's just the game that's lagging. How crappy can I make this look to run better? Wow, that's some pretty high resolution there. Let's go to some really crappy resolutions. Let's try this one. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. I realize the video quality isn't going to be the best. I am working with less than subpar internet right now, but I am working on it. Do I know who HokeyBird428 is? I do. I talked to HokeyBird a little bit. All right, let's try and let's do this in the background. Checking. Okay, cool. So at least the stream's working pretty good at this crappy resolution. If anybody has absolutely no clue what's going on right now, that's okay. If you want to ask me questions, I'll answer them to the best of my ability, but... let me just finish this up. We'll take the 3-drop. Oh, that's a good one right there. I'm basically the iDubbbz of Halo YouTubing. You break things down and explain in a very serious yet light and friendly way. Also, how good of friends are you with the other Halo YouTubers? So I get along with basically every Halo YouTuber, whether it's someone who agrees with me or someone who disagrees with me. I actually have a podcast that I do with the Actman Reykjavik, who's doing a really great series on Mass Effect right now, as well as Late Night Gaming. That's called the All Skulls On podcast that you can check out on Actman's channel. And let's see, I mean, I just get along with everybody. There isn't really anybody I don't talk to. I can, on one day, I can be hanging out with people on like Team Beyond, guys like Multi-Lock On, and the next day, you know, I could be playing with Duquesne or something like that. So there's not really any type of Halo fan I feel like I don't get along with. That's a good card right there. Do you think Halo's speed of jump should slow down? Compared to other Halos, newer games, Halo 5 make you jump and fall way too fast. There is a... I mean, I guess it's all just preference. I wouldn't say it's one of those things that's absolutely quintessential to have a slow, floaty jump. Although I would prefer a little bit more floaty with a little bit more air control just to give you a little bit, you know, more options while you're actually in the air. But not so much to where you can just fly around, and because that would be annoying for the other player to try and shoot you. But I wouldn't mind a little bit more floaty. I'm not too upset by it, though. Oh, my gosh. Hell yes. Oh, 2 in a row. 2 in a row. Oh, man. Oh, shit. I don't even know what to do now. Oh, man. I'm sorry I'm playing Bleach or Toilet Cleaner. Gonna have to go with Bleach on that one. Hold on. How did Favyn, or Favyn become my username? That's a secret, and I'm gonna keep it. I know something you don't know. what did I think of Reykjavik's Years Later series on Halo? I really enjoyed his series. I was actually watching that even before he blew up, and I was actually talking to him when he was at like 4,000 subscribers, and then literally right as we started talking, his Halo 5 video just exploded, and that caused his Call of Duty video to explode, and now he's like 60,000 subscribers or something. But yeah, I was pretty impressed with him enough to even reach out to him early on. And I just think he's really talented and just a really good content creator. So I definitely like all of his videos, including his Halo Years Later series. My stance on Halo 6. Well, we don't really know yet. I'm not expecting much. I think they're going to try and make a lot of people happy, but I think them trying to make a lot of people happy is what's going to be the downfall of the game. They're going to have a really divided game with a lot of experience catered to specific people, kind of like how Halo 5 started out as. And I think that's going to continue, and it's going to cause even more division, and it's probably not going to turn out well. I actually have a video I'm considering making, maybe even a live action video about that topic. If that interests you, let me know in the comments. Have I spoken to 343 employees ever? Yes, I have. In fact, I was actually invited out to 343 Industries, and so I flew out there. And it's not like I only went out there for that. I was also, visiting some family that lives in the area. Kind of worked out to where if I went, I'd also be able to, hang out with family. But yeah, I went there. I talked to a bunch of people in the studio. I talked to Tom French. I talked to, Grim Brother, a lot of the guys that work there. So yeah, they're definitely in contact with me. They know who I am. They respect my opinion. At least I think so. And I think we kind of have like this mutual respect where I don't know if either of us agrees with what the other says or what the other's doing, but we also both have the same goal. We both want Halo to be the best it possibly can be. Yeah, my last video was actually about Halo 6, for those who are asking me. Okay, let's see here. Let me pick another card. I get so invested in the comments and, trying to answer questions that this is why I need to play a really slow game like Hearthstone. That's just a decent 3-drop. Let me pick a couple cards before I move on. Good 3-drop. Oh, another decent 3-drop, I guess. Pretty good in Priest. Yeah, it's a 2-drop. Some card draw. I'm not gonna. Damn. I guess I'll take this one. Wow, I got way too many 3-drops. This deck is very aggressive. Let's see. So I probably gonna end up taking the 4-drop because I don't really have any dragons in here. Yeah. I'll take. Do I have a Shadow Madness already? That's a pretty good card. Actually, I think I'm gonna take the heal bot. Make more content about other games, man. I think you should save some of your Halo videos for later. Honestly, it's just whatever I feel compelled to make. It's never like, oh, I have to make more Halo videos because I have a Halo audience. I need to make them happy. If I want to make a Halo video, I'll make a Halo video. If I want to make a video about another game, I'll do that. And I've had videos about other games do really well. I've had Gears of War 4 video hit almost 20,000. I've had Titanfall videos multiple reach over 10,000. Those are all over my sub counts. So that goes to show you that, there is a large portion of my subs that wants to watch videos about things other than Halo. And there are, people coming in also knowing me from things other than Halo. So definitely I don't even consider myself a Halo YouTuber. Halo is just a game I'm passionate about, and I find myself kind of getting stuck in these modes where I'm like, oh, this is a great topic for Halo, and I kind of find myself discussing that. But no, I definitely continue planning on making videos for other games. I actually have a video on let's see, what's that game? Horizon Zero Dawn that I'm writing a review for right now. Probably gonna pick up Mass Effect, make a video about that, and we're gonna keep on trudging. Just gonna make whatever I feel like I'm gonna make, and hope you guys stick around for the ride. Let's see. Gonna try and catch up here. Oh man, there's a lot of comments. I think they removed split screen in Halo 5 because of resource issues, and also they thought it to be non-essential, and I think they're finding out now that they were wrong. Do I think Halo 6 should have the original movement system and the new movement system at the same time? No, I think that would be a pretty bad idea. Mainly because the new movement system and the old movement system are completely incompatible. They require completely different sandboxes, completely different styles of map design. So to have them at the same time, like, which do you build your game for? Do you build it for the new movement, or do you build it for the old movement? Because if you build it for the new movement, then the old movement's not going to work, and if you build it for the old movement, then the new movement's going to feel like garbage. So really what you have to do is you just have to make two different games. They're just not compatible styles. And Zimzilla, you were correct. I have said that before. What's my opinion about grenades in Halo 5? In my opinion, grenades aren't what they used to be. I mean, with all this advanced movement, grenade placement isn't really there anymore. Yeah, they've actually altered how grenades are even thrown. Before, grenades would, if you threw them, they'd bounce and they'd explode in the air. Now they'll bounce and actually hit the ground again before exploding. So there's been a lot of things, including the grenades, that actually ties into the question I just said before. Because of the new movement, because of the new map design, you've had to alter aspects of your sandbox, and grenades are one of those things that have had to be altered. Hey Favyn, or Favyn, what would your personal opinion be if 343 went back to the Human Covenant War to flesh out a new storyline, perhaps a new Spartan 2 team, or maybe a Spartan 3 team? Opinions? Thanks. Ooh, I mean, I wouldn't mind them going back to that as a spin-off. I mean, the Halo series in general is so big and has so many opportunities to explore different things that you could absolutely go there and tell compelling stories. What I would rather do is I'd rather kind of distance myself from this narrative that we have right now and maybe skip forward, just because we're kind of in a little bit of a mess right now. I'd almost rather just kind of start over. Really, I'm in a mood to just start things over where Halo is concerned. If what was Halo is all but lost, why still care so much? I love Halo, but I'm pretty sure it's beyond repair now, so I might just play H3A, but nothing new. Well, Nathan, the thing about that question is, you're right, Halo doesn't give what a lot of people want anymore. It doesn't give what I want anymore, but I still love what it gave me. And the thing is there is no other game on the market that will give you what Halo gives people. If Halo was replaceable and I could just go get, Halo from something else, then I'd just go play that. But it just turns out that the Halo experience is so unique that it's really the only game that offers it. And if the new Halos don't offer it, then no other game's offering it, and so that's why I fight for it. I hope that makes sense. Cool, almost to 50 views. Thanks for tuning in. Horizon Zero Dawn is great. Don't understand people calling it overrated. I don't know if I'd call it overrated either. It's definitely good. I think it does a lot of cool things. I actually really enjoyed the game. I wouldn't call it just this masterpiece. I wouldn't put it up there with like greatest games of all time, but definitely a good game. Definitely a game I think is worth experiencing for sure. Yo, Favyn or Favyn, how do you pronounce your name? I'm not sure, man. Not even I'm sure. Dude! Oh! My boy Robert's in here. We're definitely going to make that Super Mega Baseball Extra Innings video for sure. For sure we're going to do that. For sure. That's a real life buddy of mine. Do you think microtransactions in games will start to decline as the perception of them grows more and more negative, or will they only become more popular? That's a great question. That is something I'm going to be talking about on All Schools On. In fact, we dabble in that a little bit. And you're right. As the perception grows more and more negative concerning those things, more and more developers are going to see that as, hey, if we don't have microtransactions in our game, that's a selling point for our game, and people will really respect that. So I do think we're going to see a little bit more games try the no microtransaction route, because look what happens when you don't do that. They make the news. Like, literally not screwing your customers over nowadays makes the news. So yeah, I definitely think we'll see a little bit more of that. Did you like Halo 4's story, and why? This is Red, and I'd like to add that personally I didn't enjoy it because now we have a character-driven story and no longer these huge, massive, larger-than-life stories. I didn't mind Halo 4's story or the way it was told. Or rather, I should say, I didn't mind the way Halo 4's story was told. My issue with Halo 4 is kind of the story itself. I didn't find that a compelling story to begin with. I didn't find it interesting. I didn't want to know more about the Forerunners. I kind of liked them being a mystery. I don't find the Prometheans interesting. I don't care about the Librarian and all that. I don't care about the Didact. I thought the story of having the Covenant and the humans fight over this backdrop that is the Forerunners, and having these, religious tones and just this really, really compelling narrative, and then you throw in this wild card of the Flood. I already thought there was enough there to have compelling stories to kind of abandon that direction and focus on this, basically revealing the mystery. Almost was counterintuitive for me, even though I didn't think the way they told the story itself was necessarily bad. Let me see. Hey, Fave, do you like arts and crafts? Yeah, I like arts and crafts, but I kind of consider YouTube to be my art, the thing that I spend the most time with. Okay, I'm going to have to just remove him. Do I think Halo should have Doom movement? No, because that would make me a total hypocrite to say that I don't want Halo 5 to move the way it does because I want it to be its own thing. But then to say, oh, you should make it move like Doom. Doom moves like Doom. I want Doom to move the way it does, and then I want Halo to move in its own way, the way it used to. Really, it's about, I want multiple games to be unique and to be different, not just copy a different game, if that makes sense. Hey, what's up, Pokebird? Okay. Do I think Halo should have a protagonist that is more witty and less serious, like someone who has a charm like Johnson, but make them the main character? I mean, you could do that. I mean, there's a lot of people that like that Halo's characters are kind of... what am I trying to say? They are more... kind of plain and boring and, like, non-emotional. That way you can kind of inhabit them. They're kind of like a husk that you can imprint your own mindset onto. And I totally understand that, and I don't mind that. So I probably would stick with that and not have them be overly emotional. So I'm trying to catch up to the comments here, which is why I'm just kind of stuck on this Hearthstone page. Favyn, how do you introduce a new scary enemy that returns humanity to the underdog situation we had in the original Halo trilogy and Reach? I would probably just bring the Covenant back in some way. I already think that's this really horrifying thing where this group of multiple alien races gathered around and congregating around this really radical, ridiculous religious ideology. I think that's pretty scary, to not only have this massive invasion fleet with multiple races but also one that's borderline, or in some cases is suicidal towards achieving its goal. And I think when you have an overwhelming force that is also, like unwilling to even consider their own lives, I think that is a scary thing. Do I like Modern Warfare 2? I thought it was an okay game. I didn't mind it. This is Red. Just would like to say I love your style of videos and how you explain. Also, any tips on getting into Halo YouTubing? I guess just start. Don't worry about making anybody happy. I always just kind of say whatever I feel, and if people like it, great. If people don't like it, at least you were honest. At least you'll always be able to fall back on honesty if you always just stay true to who you really are. So that's what I would recommend doing. I have watched B. Dobbins. I have not seen Kong Skull Island. Maybe I'll rent it someday. Alright. Looks like I caught up to the questions, so now I'll try and play a little bit. Let's see here. That's a pretty good one. Okay. This deck that I just drafted is pretty bonkers. It's got 2 Dragonfire potions. It's got Sylvanas, Prophet Velen, Yasharaj. This is a pretty balls to the wall deck right here. Fav, thoughts on Evolve? Boring. I thought it was boring. How would you respond to someone who argues that the Spartan abilities are beneficial because they give the players more options? I think I would respond by giving an argument on how they take away from the game, because to incorporate all of those abilities, you have to change how Halo was designed in the first place. So what you need to argue is not that you need to argue the point that it doesn't actually add anything to Halo, it just changes Halo, and that it alters strategies that existed before, is how I would go about arguing that. How did I get into Halo? I went to my buddy's house, probably 2001, 2002, and he had Halo Combat Evolved, and we played split screen. And I fell in love with the game. Let's see. Which game, in your opinion, had the best map selection in terms of quality? Halo 2 or Halo 3? I think Halo 3 had better maps, in my opinion. I understand a lot of people think Halo 2 has the best maps in the series. I can see that. For me, I really liked Halo 3. There are so many maps in Halo 3 where I'm like, wow, that's really interesting. I actually think Halo Combat Evolved has some really incredible ideas and maps there, and I'd love to see some of even those philosophies translate into a modern Halo game with the new technology and the new options available to designers. Alright, we'll play a game. Would I like to have another ODST-based game? And what direction would you like the story to go? I probably don't need, personally, another ODST game. I'm okay. I mean, if they want to make one, I can't imagine that they'd make one of those and not make a classic Halo game. I think before we start telling more stories like that, we just have to get, vanilla mainline Halo in order before we can start doing a bunch of other crap. You know what I'm saying? What form of unlock system do you prefer? Reaches style or Halo 4? Neither. I like reward-based unlocks, not just a currency system. Any song, album recommendations? Tyron the Great, what kind of music do you like?
Greetings, traveler.
My favorite campaign was Halo 2. Okay.
Greetings, traveler.
My favorite song in Halo. Huh. It's a good question. I really like the Halo 2 main menu. I like the Halo 3 theme. I like Behold a Pale Horse. I like Delta Halo Suite, Earth City. I like a lot of Halo 2 music, Halo 3 music. I actually listen to those soundtracks quite a bit. Hey, thanks, Brian. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, let's see here.
Killing spree.
Okay. Have I seen the movie Logan? Yes, I have, and it's pretty good. Bummer. Let's do this.
You're in trouble.
It's probably a bad play, but I'm trying to answer questions. I did see the Mass Effect clip. It's not looking good. I think I'm still probably gonna get the game just so I can review it for you guys. But my expectations are not super high. Damn it. This is not the best optimal situation here.
I must consider.
I fight dirty.
Try that. I'm not a big fan of rap. I like not really like generic rock either. I like alternative. I like kind of post-hardcore type music. Some metal. More of a heavy guy, like fast music. More in the band, you know, the more of the heavy side of things. Do you think that humanity's technological position is bad? I think they could at least have more advanced tech without Forerunner tech. No, I actually want them to have less technology. Oh shoot, this guy's got a shit ton of dragons. That really fucks me over. I'd actually prefer them to have less technology, and be more human and be more gritty. That way, you know, they're a little more grounded. They're a little more easy for us as humans to, you know, recognize and respond to. But and that also means like the Covenant and the Forerunners, they stick out more and they're more exciting to people. It's kind of like a psychological thing. Do I know the Halo story, all of it? I'm pretty fluent in the games. I don't want to see Halo 3 Anniversary. I'd rather see Halo 6. I mean, I also don't necessarily want to see a Halo 3 Anniversary. I'd rather just see a new Halo game that builds on those concepts. But, I mean, I also wouldn't, you know, if they do a Halo 3 Anniversary, I just want them to do it right, basically. My favorite game other than Halo. I really like Resident Evil 4. I really like Dead Space 2. Elder Scrolls. I like Fallout. It's probably one of those. I also really like Hearthstone, if you guys didn't know that. The game I'm playing right now is definitely up there in terms of what I like. With less tech, don't you think they'd stand less of a chance, especially against Cortana's Guardian army? Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't care. I don't like Halo 5's story. I don't like, you know, using lore reasons for why we should change a bunch of things or why we should, you know, change how you want to design a game. So that's why I'd kind of separate all of this mumbo jumbo from what they're doing, personally. I do like Nightwish. Alright, Fana Mata Kisik. Still can't get your name. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you later. What's your favorite Fallout, and why is it New Vegas? It's Fallout 3 still. I really enjoyed Fallout 3. I know that's the casual answer, but I really enjoyed it. With like 200, 300 hours in that game. Do I think the Prometheans are boring? Yep, I do. Should the plasma repeater return, but as a light machine gun version of the plasma rifle? No, I'm trying to. If I made a Halo game, I'd try to eliminate as much redundancy as I possibly could. Then that would probably mean that the plasma repeater has to go. But let's see here. So I would probably just not have as many automatic weapons. I try and make each weapon more distinct and more individually unique, rather than just doing different. Basically, what I try and do is I'd eliminate numerical differences. I don't find that compelling or very interesting at all. Sorry, one sec here. That sucks. I try and, like for instance, you take the SMG and the assault rifle. Those weapons have absolutely no functional difference at all. They have different roles, technically, right? They have different ranges, different reload speeds, different clip sizes. All those are numerical differences. None of them are functional differences. None of them offer unique utility. Personally, I find that incredibly boring from a design perspective, and I probably wouldn't do that, personally. The needle rifle is interesting. There might be something there.
I must consider.
Let's see here. This is kind of a risky play. I'm going to do it.
Stampede!
Well played. Bottoms up.
Job done.
Let's see. Wow. I just barely got fucked. Aww. Yep, I cannot live.
I wonder.
I guess I just gotta... Shit.
You have best.
What are my thoughts on the Banished? I think the Banished are actually kind of interesting. I think they kind of got a cool little backstory. You could build on that. I have played The Last of Us. I think it's okay. It's not my kind of game, but I understand why people like it. Did you feel any animosity from 343 during your visit? No, I didn't feel any. I felt welcomed. I thought them inviting me at all was pretty good. Honestly, I've never really had any crosswords with anybody from 343. I've always gotten along pretty good with those guys over there. Do I play WoW? I have played WoW. I feel like that's a game that I always find myself popping back into every few years for a month or two, and then not playing it again for a while. I definitely think it's a good game. It's a little bit too demanding of my time, I think, for me to continuously play that. Assassinations are fine. GTA 5's fine. This game is called Hearthstone. My favorite factions to side with in the Fallout games. I mean, I know people don't like the Brotherhood of Steel, but I do. I just think their armor's super badass. So I always end up chilling with the Brotherhood of Steel guys usually. Splinter Grenade's dumb. Splinter Grenade is just absolutely horrific. I think my game froze, by the way. But yeah, just like it literally does everything. It does on-contact damage. It kills you if it hits you. It does area of denial. You know, it's almost more effective as a frag if you use it that way. It literally, it's just objectively the best grenade. There is no upside, there is no downside. It's just good. It's just better. It's uninteresting design. Okay, let's see here. Do I think modern Halo is better than modern Call of Duty? Yeah, I do. I do think that. I don't think modern Halo is as good as old Call of Duty, but if you're comparing the two modern franchises together, I personally prefer playing modern Halo to modern Call of Duty. Yeah, I guess that answers the question.
I wonder.
Is someone injured?
What do I think of longtime Halo players enjoying the new system? I mean, it's not like I'm upset. You know, if they enjoy something, great, go for it. I mean, why? If you enjoy something and you like it, why would I be mad about that? I mean, that's great. If there's people out there that enjoyed the old Halo and were around back then, and they're still around and they're still loving new Halo, then that's cool. Maybe they have, you know, a different idea of what Halo is, which is fine. Shit.
Right away.
Shall we put a kink in their plans?
Did I play through Halo Wars 2? If I did, what did I think of the pacing of the cinematics and the story in general? The pacing of the cinematics were... it felt a little off to me, I guess I should say. Just because, like, you'd front load it and you think, oh my gosh, this is going to be like an epic adventure. And then it's just like they kind of disappear, you know, and then you go like 4 or 5 missions without seeing a cinematic. I remember thinking, like, damn, you know, where's the cinematics? I wanted to see one, like, after every mission. These things are awesome. So the pacing wasn't the best. It wasn't the best campaign. It was passable. Do I like any COD games? Yeah, I like COD. Or I like I think my favorites are COD 4 and Black Ops 1. I actually wouldn't say I enjoy any other than that.
Right away.
Bottoms up.
Opinions on Titanfall 2. I have a review of Titanfall 2 called Why Titanfall 2 is Both Better and Worse Than the Original. So Silverwing Elite, you should check that out. Why do I think the advanced movement trend started? Because Titanfall was announced, and it had advanced movement, and everybody thought that looked like the coolest game ever. And it was very hyped, and other games tried to hop on that, and in a way, kind of stole Titanfall's thunder. Do I have a favorite YouTuber? My favorite YouTuber is... my favorite YouTuber is probably Critical Penguin Zero.
I wonder.
Yeah, that works. I really don't want that to get frozen though. Let's do this then. Oh, I picked the wrong one too. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, I froze the wrong one. Shit. Why do I think 343 is so adamant about changing Halo? Well, if Frank O'Connor is to be believed, it's because they hired people that don't like Halo. Or don't like what Halo was. And I guess they probably just want to stamp their own personal impression onto the franchise.
Get your funnel cakes here.
Go on the official podcast, please. If Critical invited me onto the official podcast, I'd be there. Actually, I totally picked the right one to have. What am I trying to say? Freezing trapped. I'm a genius, I just didn't know it. I do not skate. I'm gonna keep religion and political views to myself. I'm not gonna be a channel that bombards you with any of that nonsense. The world, you know, you get enough of that crap elsewhere.
Say hello to my little friend.
I foresaw this. Job's done.
Modern Warfare 3 is incredibly bad. Do I plan on streaming often in the future? Yeah, I do. I plan on streaming sometimes like this just by myself, and sometimes I plan on streaming with my patrons. If you guys aren't aware, I recently started a Patreon campaign. It's doing really good so far. We actually have 26 patrons already, which I'm very proud of. And if you guys are interested in checking that out, there's a link in the description. We're about $8 away from our first goal. So if we could hit that goal before the end of the stream, that'd be pretty sweet.
I wonder.
Alright, Tyron the Great, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. What do you think the reaction will be if we don't get H3? I don't bundle H3A with Halo 6. Just don't do it. That would be just horrible. I just think that's such a shitty business practice. I'm a dog person. What's the goal of my Patreon? Well, the goal is $100. The goal I was referring to is $100 a month. That would help a lot. We're $8 away from that. We're sitting at $92 a month, which is really awesome, especially since I just started it and I'm not a huge channel. But I guess the goal overall for the Patreon is to help financially support some of the time I put into these videos, essentially, because I do spend, you know, a lot of time on YouTube, and it does not financially support me even in the slightest. You know, I got some responsibilities, I got stuff I got to take care of, so it would be very awesome if YouTube, even though it's never going to pay for me like a full-time job would or even a part-time job would, but just if it helped cover some of the time I have to spend in it, that would be very, very beneficial. So that's what the goal of my Patreon is. I talk about the game elements and design so much. Have I ever considered working with others or alone to make indie games, perhaps my own Halo? I mean, obviously the goal is for me to someday make video games. But I also realize that's a pipe dream that's hard to actually achieve. But I'm trying. Someday, hopefully, I hope to get there. Did I tell anybody how much I want classic Halo back when I went to 343, or was it intimidating? I mean, I think they knew. They know, you know, who I am. They watch my videos. I've talked to them about it. I'm not afraid to talk to them if that's what the question is. But yeah, I mean, they're aware of me wanting that back, of course.
Killing spree.
I got this.
Giddy up. Job's done.
Hey, Cerberus, don't worry about becoming a patron or anything like that. Like that's I understand, because I'm someone that has an iffy financial situation. I personally couldn't right now donate to Patreons and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I try and make it to where, you know, I try and make it so no matter what you give, whether you give nothing and you just watch my videos, or whether you even give a dollar on my Patreon, I want you to feel like you're important to me. I want you to feel like I consider you a crucial element of the channel. Honestly, even just people who watch, that's an important thing. That's a great thing for the channel. But yeah, don't feel bad about that, man. I do like Adult Swim cartoons. What gaming company would I want to work for? Well, I'd want to work for 343 based solely on the fact that they're the people who make Halo. I'd want to work for Respawn Entertainment because I think they make really cool games. I'd like to work for Visceral because they're local, and I really like the Dead Space franchise. I think they're a really creative name under EA. So those are some people I'd work for. Alright, Silverwing Elite, take care.
Job's done.
I do know what ukulele is. I think it's cool. It's kind of like a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie. What Providence do I hope Elder Scrolls 6 is set in? I don't know. I wouldn't even mind going back to Daggerfall, just because when we went to Daggerfall the first time, you know, I think the way we could make that world realized in today's compared to how Elder Scrolls 2 did it, you know, I feel like you could even at this point go back and explore older areas that have already been explored and just updated, maybe changed depending on the world state and whatnot. I'm not in college. I haven't graduated. I dropped out. I became a real estate agent. I mean, I guess I didn't drop out. I just stopped attending. I didn't quit. I just had a semester and I didn't go back. I'd be fine starting with an indie dev, Rafflecopters. Just, you know, I realize it takes a while to break into the industry. I don't know, stop motion films. It's gonna be tough to get back to that former glory, for sure.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here. Giddy up!
My opinion on the third installment is it definitely wasn't as good as the first two, but I also don't think it was as bad as some people say. I mean, if you played it by yourself, it was basically a regular Dead Space game. You know, you didn't even have a co-op partner follow you around or anything. So I think it got a little bit more flack than it should have, but still not as good as the first two. Yeah, Rafflecopters, if you got a good foundation and a good plan, I wouldn't mind talking with you about that sometime. Alright, Big Denny, take care.
I must consider.
I am not a morning person.
Giddy up!
I wouldn't mind a platforming genre to come back. I'm down with that. I like a large variety of games.
Talk about a nice suit.
Okay, I'm kind of screwed here. I do not really have any options. What do I think of the new arena with the drop rates on epics buffed? It's the drop rates on rares, epics, and legendaries as well. Like this run right here, I actually have 3 legendaries. I haven't played it enough yet to really, you know, kind of decide whether I think it's good or not. But I certainly don't mind the direction. I definitely think it's something had to be done. So we'll see. I mean, the meta's kind of not a great place right now. Hopefully Angora will fix that. Have I ever played D&D? I have not. Oh my gosh. How incredibly unfortunate. That's the card I needed last turn.
I foresaw.
By the way, guys, just letting you know, I am probably going to have to take off pretty soon here after this game. Because I'm actually going on a trip for a few days. So I'm going to try and answer these last few questions, and I'm going to head out. Yeah, actually, Hearthstone's probably one of my favorite games of all time. I absolutely love it. Shit. Holy crap. That might actually really help me out, though. Yeah, I think that might really help me. Because now I can hit this. I can heal it. And I can kill it. Oh, no, I just realized that it doubles my damage. I forgot. Prophet Favyn, no! Why you gotta do me dirty? I just wasted my time. Oh well. Hair-raising havoc. I have no idea why it says I'm playing that right now. That is an amazing question. Oh shoot. Well. Let's see. Alright, Mr. Rafflecopters, thanks for stopping by. Take care, Cerberus. I got some people calling me. One sec, I'll be right back.
You smell like a leopard.
Also, just a heads up. My phone is...
I can't do that.
My phone is actually running out of battery. It's at 2%, and that's how I'm reading these messages. So I am gonna have to get off pretty soon because I'm gonna lose. Basically, whenever my phone runs out of batteries, I'll just let you guys know that I'm blind. I'm not gonna be able to read any more questions, and I'm gonna wrap the stream up. I won't forget you guys when I'm famous. Yeah, I'll play the Halo 6 beta just to try it out. Alright, I think that's going to do it for this stream, guys. I hope your question got answered. I hope you enjoyed it, even though it might not be the game you want to check out. Definitely the next stream is going to be a patron stream, so I'll be playing with people who are subscribed to my, or not subscribed to my Patreon, but are pledged to my Patreon. If you want to become a patron, it all helps. Even just $1 will get you access to the Discord chat, where you can, have a direct line with me, chat with other people, share your stuff, get it critiqued. So if that's something you're interested in, by all means, check out the description. Yeah, like I said, we're closing in on that first goal. I'm really proud of the campaign so far. And if you're a patron already, thanks. If you don't even want to become one, thanks for watching. Yeah, sorry, Liam. I am taking off. But really appreciate it, everybody. And I'll see you next time. As I exit the stream in the most archaic and informal way possible. Here